God.
Well, J.W. White, you know what time it is, son. It's the
Man,
Alabama
it's
Auburn Show.
man, it's finally back. It's been a minute. How was your relaxing, non-relaxing vacation?
It was good, and yeah, it was good. And took a week off from Alabama Auburn Show. I'm glad to be back, man. I'm fired up. I'm fired up.
Are
A
you
lot
as
of stuff
fired
going
up
on.
as fully loaded? Fully
Man,
loaded, man.
hey man,
Good Lord,
I'm
they
seeing
doing things.
stuff everywhere from those guys. They're putting dumpsters out. They don't just have rollbacks though. They got dumpsters and to your bring it out to your businesses, to your churches. I mean, they got it, and they're reasonable. I mean, we're getting
Well, here it is, man. They're fast. They're reliable. They're courteous, which is something that's lost in this world.
well, that's
And when you talk professionalism, it's fully loaded. How about this, Jeff? Let's get this started now. And you'll do a post later
okay.
on the Kapow Media side, but we're going to do a contest,
Okay.
and the contest is going to be for the month of July. We're going to give away a free month of advertisement on the Alabama Auburn Show. So
Oh,
your business just needs to like, comment, subscribe to the post to the this Alabama Auburn video, or to the post Jeff is going to make later today, and we'll run that on. We'll talk about do the rest of our shows through the month of June, and then we'll pick a winner, and you will get a full fledged Alabama Auburn Kapow sponsorship absolutely free, nothing attached, no strings. You just get to be a sponsor of Alabama Auburn Show for free the whole month of July. And we all know July means ton of football.
yeah, man. That's awesome, man. Look at you, Jerry, giving away free
What
sponsorships. I love it.
what's up, Matthew Cherry? Well,
Matt,
it's
Matt.
about giving back to the people, Jeff. And speaking of giving, if you guys look over my shoulder there, right over the San Francisco, that's a birthday gift my best friend gave me. And a lot of people are not going to understand it. But if you can jump and look at this kid's videos on YouTube, Facebook, downright delicious. This is a kid who has Down syndrome, who's developed into a chef, and it's the greatest videos ever. This is his first ever cookbook. So I want to thank my best friend. If you guys see him, tell him Jerry said thank you.
Hey, I love that book so much, man. I went ahead and got me one too. I pre-ordered them things, and
That's awesome.
well, I tell you what happened, man. Let's talk about what happened. So I ordered
Okay.
you. Well, and first of all, I text you. I said, "Hey, man, we're just talking about bull crap. You know how we always do." And I'm like, "Hey, all those jerseys you
Yep.
got, blah blah blah." I said, "Do you have an Aaron Judge jersey?" And you go, "No, man, I don't have one." So I went, "Birthday gift." So I ordered you an Aaron Judge jersey. Comes in
Yeah.
a week late. Week late. Well, within that time frame, you text me and send me a picture and go, "Man, look what Kelly got me for my birthday." And it was an Aaron Judge. Uh, so guess what? That got sent back, and so I'm freaking out. I'm panicking because Jerry's the best gift giver there is. I mean, this dude gives gifts. You gotta know. I'm telling you. And so I'm already under pressure. And so I'm like, dude, it's not about the money. It's about the thought with him. You know, he's about the thought. He wants the
That's
thought.
exactly right.
And
Yeah.
and this just popped up. Pre-order his book today, and it was getting ready to go to print. I think 2 weeks or a week and a half from that day. So I was like, dude, I'm getting one. And I clicked it, got ready to hit order, and I went, wait a minute, I'm getting me one too. I love this kid. It, his Instagram page is so
It's
awesome.
fantastic. And the thing is, Kelly got me this Aaron Judge jersey like 5, 6 years ago.
Oh yeah,
I forgot I had it. So when we were going through some boxes at mom's, some clothes I was giving away to people, it was in there. Like, I ain't giving that away. And with that, it was. Oh, let me get. It was
I can tell.
also
I can
this.
tell. Let me say this real quick. Matthew Cherry, hold that. It is not just you. They're literally in the front yard of our studio pulling wire this morning. They were yesterday as well. So I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, yeah. And here is a Aaron Judge rookie card that she got me as well.
Oh my
So I've
God.
had this jersey and this card since he was a rook, and totally forgot about it.
How do you forget about that? He's your favorite ball player, man. Good grief.
Yeah, him and Soto. You know, I've always loved Soto, but I can never really make him my guy because he didn't play for my team.
Right.
But now the brother plays for my team.
So it is the Alabama Auburn show. Lots of recruiting news going on. Lots of headlines happening.
Yeah.
Alabama gets put out of the NCAA baseball tournament, and now we're getting ready to
But you
fire
made
up.
it.
But we did, we did, and I'm excited about that. So that's a plus for us. By the way, you know who didn't make it?
LSU.
Correct. No, I have no idea. So the off season, when I was telling you, I said, man, I don't know if anything's really happening for Alabama. You're like, dude, are you crazy? But I was looking at how many pickups Notre
Mm-hmm.
Dame has had. Notre Dame has had 21 commits for 2025. Alabama's had 14. But with that being said, in the last few days, Alabama's got four-star quarterback Keelan Russell. He flipped from SMU. You said he was going to. You said why would you do
Mm-hmm.
that? Why would you not go to Alabama when you got
The
that
kid's
skill set?
special, man.
Yeah.
And absolutely right. Yep.
And then you got four-star cornerback Chuck
Harlan,
McDonald. Yeah. Yep. His intention. He says he's going to join the Tide, and then you got offensive lineman Michael Carroll and Mel. Is it Mal Waltrip? Mal or Mel? M. I don't know.
I don't
Mal or Mel?
know.
I think it's Mal
I don't
Waltrip.
know.
Um, they're the latest to join the class. They committed respectively. I think it was on Monday and Tuesday of this week. So that's really good, man. So Alabama's getting to the point. I mean, we've got 14 commits for the class of 2025, but um,
Mm-hmm.
it includes one five-star prospect, though. But you've said it. Um, you may be a five-star as far as recruit, but when you get to Alabama, you may be a three-star, but you guys play up, or Auburn as well. I mean, it's about coaching, getting these guys in the right position. So I think a lot of the haters that are out there, our guys included, that say, well, Alabama's only got one star or one five-star commit, and they're kind of downplaying this recruiting class. I don't think they understand exactly what they're talking about. Talk about that real quick, the five-star versus the four stars.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, and there's a composite, right? So you got all these different ranking sites, and then you have the overall composite ranking. But here's an interesting. I read an article by Tom Lehman, who is a high end high school recruiter, recruiting analyst. Well, let me say he didn't recruit anybody, but he talks about it. And he's in a poll that he put out. It said 87% of major college football coaches do not pay one bit of attention to these rankings.
Oh wow.
Everyone has their own way of evaluating their own talent. Case in point, there was a kid that was down. I think he's actually rated a 3-star. He was on no. He just got that 3-star ranking. He was on no one's board at all. He was not ranked at all. Went to the past Auburn camp, kid from Maryland, and blew the camp away. And Auburn offered. He accepted. He went in quickly, got his official visit in. He's now a pledge, and now he's starting to rise up the ranking boards. The
Oh wow.
kid is 6'2", about 210, outside linebacker, could play safety. The kid's incredible, but Auburn knows what they want in their people. Like they trust their Italian evaluators, so they don't really pay attention to to the 5 stars. And like we talk about a lot, over what was it, 70% of NFL players were 3 stars or below coming out of high school. It's
Mm,
about development. It's about growth. Sometimes you got the big 5 star kids. Let's look at Trevor Lawrence, right? He's doing it up in the NFL. He was a Carrollton, Georgia kid. Wasn't he from Carrollton?
I think so. Yeah.
He's from one of those right there. I don't know if he was Buford or Carrollton or right in that area. His big rival right then was the kid that just got traded um, from Chicago Bears. Um, you guys are yelling at me. What is the kid name? He was a Chicago quarterback.
Oh God.
Whatever. I can't think about him right now. But it was the same class, so right the area, right there from, and we'll talk about Juju Lewis later. But to your point, the recruiting rankings are something to get started looking at. But it's a huge week for Alabama and Auburn.
Well, I mean, you go back to Alabama. We're talking about Keelan Russell. He's the quarterback pickup that's flopped back from SMU. He's a hard commit to University of Alabama. The kid's 6'3", 175 pounds. They're going to put a little bit of beef on this kid. Um, he's a 4 star. This kid has been recruited heavily. Now, I was reading where he only made 3 visits, but he got 23 offers. I mean, this kid has done it. But they say he's an elite playmaker. He can beat defenses with both his arms and our arms, both arms, no, with his arms and his legs. So I'm excited. I mean, you got Jalen. Jalen's going to play this year. He's going to, I hope, be a huge Heisman candidate. I hope he stays healthy this year. But next year, you're going to have a kid that could be very well fit, fall into that same role as Jalen, can run and then can throw the ball as well. So, what do you think about this Keelan kid?
Well, I think in a few years he may get an opportunity. I think he's going to be successful wherever college he ends up at. Alabama will be a great fit for him, but that quarterback room is pretty stout. So the kid ain't
It's
playing
full.
next year, I promise you. The Mac kid, I think, is going to take over and be the heir apparent. I think the
You do
Mac
think
kid from transfer from Washington is
okay?
he's the truth.
But everybody, when you know just as well as I do, these people are going to want somebody that resembles Jalen. Does he resemble Jalen Hurts? Not the way he looks. I'm talking about the
You
way he
mean
plays.
the recruit or you mean Mac or
Mac,
the
yeah,
young
yeah,
kid?
yeah. Mac.
No, Mac is bigger, stronger, throws a better ball.
Mm.
But I think under the development of DeBoer, I think that Milroe is going to. I mean, I think he has every possibility to be a Heisman candidate this year. I truly
Oh,
do,
wow.
and that
Yeah.
hurts me to say.
Wow. Wow. I hope and pray so. I hope you're right. And then you got the big kid. Now Alabama's getting some cornerbacks, man. They're really, really going after shoring up that secondary. And so they've got a commit by the name of Chuck McDonald. You know the high school he's from. He's from the Santa Ana, California. They're putting out, was it Matterdale or Matterdale? I don't remember. High school. The
Montre
kid,
Day,
Montre Day, 6 foot
it's
six.
one of the
They
best
got
high
him.
schools in the country.
Yeah, they've got him listed as 6'1.5". He's almost at 6'1", and he's 190 pounds. The kid's got 27 offers, and it looks like he's a hard commit to University of Alabama. He made that commitment on the 8th, I believe, of this year. So I'm excited about him being able to. I hope he gets better and better, and he's able to get on that field before long. And I'm excited about a lot of these guys that they're pulling in here. You're seeing the last few days have been really, really good for the University of Alabama, and also with Auburn. Um, but with me trying to work on the stage and getting all these different things going on here at the church, I have not had a whole lot of time to dive in. But I do know, in order to be successful on the offensive side, shore up that offensive line, and Alabama has done pretty well at that and bringing in was it Michael Carroll? He's let me see if I can find his information on here, uh, and I cannot find his. There he is. Yeah, there he is. He's an offensive lineman. He's a 4 star offensive lineman, and they called him as not the Jeffrey Washington blue chip. but they call him a blue chip offensive lineman. The kids from Pennsylvania, and
Yeah.
them young men from Pennsylvania are cornbread fed, and he's going to get after it and do some work.
Mm-hmm.
So Alabama is looking good. I'm excited about the prospects. I don't think they go undefeated. I think they lose, like I told you a few weeks ago, they lose 3 games. I don't know if anybody, Jerry, in the SEC goes undefeated. Do you? Do you think anybody in the SEC best chance?
Georgia would be the one for me. If it happens, it will be Georgia. But I think the gap is slowly lessening between Georgia and the other teams in the SEC. Be it Tennessee is getting better, Ole Miss, how far away are they? Alabama's obviously doing what Alabama does. Where is the Alabama composite ranking right now for the 25 class? You're like 5 or 6?
I don't know. I think it was 6 or 7, maybe even. I had it up earlier. Let's see.
Auburn is 8. No, you're up to 3.
Is it 3 now? Is it because of this past week getting the fourth?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Well, Keelan Russell was a big push for you. You got the big 4-star was a big push to get you over the top there. So, and you got some studs, bro.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
It's a good class. I like the kid. I like the linebacker from Rome. Did you talk about him, the Hardman kid? I watched film on him last week. Yeah, Jadon Harmon, gonna be a baller. He's been in the class since April, but
what about this St. Louis Christian Brothers College? I think is the name of it. He's a 4-star wide receiver, Corey Sims. It's down to 3 schools, and they're saying that USC, Missouri, and Penn State. He's a 4-star wide receiver. Just real quick, I was looking at some of the stuff on this kid. This kid is a freak. Hands, routes, 4.3, fully fast and extremely good. 6'3", 185 pounds. He's number 44 wide receiver, number 3 from recruit Missouri in 25. Why would somebody like that look at, just for the people out there and for me, why would they look at USC, Missouri, and Penn State?
I think a lot of these kids now, they look at playing time. Where can I get on the field the quickest? Because that's the best opportunity to get better NIL money. Missouri, man, it's a good football team. I think they are in that tier 3 to or tier 2 in the SEC. They're putting together a tremendous program over there. USC every year is going to be up there, man. They get when you recruit to USC is here. Look at our weather, right? Here is what we got to offer. It's always sunny in LA. And hey, we got the 2 years ago. Here's the Heisman Trophy. So it's a place of, and I hate USC, but it's an easy place to recruit. Penn State, again, it's one of those programs where a lot of history, and again, you can get on the field.
So the NIL.
What I'm interested in is your second. Oh my God, yeah, it's coming to high school football in Alabama next year. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, but I mean that's the reason these guys are looking. They're looking, and yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, for sure. It's NIL. Absolutely right. Hey, why do you go to college?
Supposed to go to get an education.
To be able to earn a living, right?
Yeah.
Is it? Sure. Is it to get an education, or is it to set yourself and your family up to be able to make money, make a living?
Now it is. I mean, it is to get the education to make the living. But if you're talking about football or you're talking about athletics, I guess it's to be able to set yourself up to make a living.
In general, right?
Yeah.
I think people go to college to get a degree. Why do you get a degree? To be able to make a living. Although most of the people I know don't do anything that their degree has to do with it. But
that's true.
But that's it, right? It's to make a living for your family. And the NIL sets it up where these kids can start doing it. Hey, what's your thoughts on Daryl Johnson? That's your linebacker, Jeff, the big 4-star out of Eastman, Georgia, I think it is, who is your second highest commit right now. for the 25 class at Alabama. He's taking an official visit to Auburn this weekend.
Man,
That's interesting.
Why? Tell me why that happens. Is it
Sorry.
because what you're talking about, the NIL stuff? That playing time? Why? Why would he do that?
Well, obviously, Alabama and Auburn recruit a lot of the same kids.
Sure.
Always have, always will. Auburn's getting better. The gap between Alabama and Auburn is closing. And this weekend, well, before I talk about the weekend at Auburn, I'll let you finish what's going on with Alabama. Then I'll
Well,
dive
I
into
mean,
the Auburn stuff.
you're talking about the kid from Dodge City High School in Georgia, top 25 recruit in the country or whatever his name is. He's the
Eastman,
I,
Georgia. Yeah, I think it's Eastman.
Eastman, Georgia. Okay. I mean, the kid is a freak of nature. I mean, he's had everybody from Florida, Florida State, Texas A&M, Tennessee, UCF, and a million other schools want him, and Alabama landed him. And I wish these kids would make these commitments, and instead of going and hey, okay, I'm okay with making this amount of money. I'm gonna come to Alabama and make this amount of money. Auburn Thankful's what, another 100 G's in front of you. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, what is 100 G's gonna amount if you're making $250,000 or $300,000 a year with this type of kid, right? I mean, wouldn't you think this type of kid is going to bring big money?
Because the position he plays, probably not. Uh, Not at first. That once you develop yourself and become a superstar,
Yeah.
that's when you really get the huge NIL money. But a linebackers, you got to have linebackers to win, and I think these kids like to play together.
Okay.
On all they get on all these different camps. They get on the on 3 7-on-7 tournaments. It's nationwide. Deuce Knott just won the MVP of last weekend's tournament. By the way, go Irish! And if you're looking, I want to jump ahead on you real quick and talk about this is the biggest weekend in recruiting, I'm going to say, in the history of Auburn. This is
Oh,
the most important weekend. They got some of the highest rated kids all together they've ever had on campus. This is the weekend. To go on some of those lists, and there's 2 committed players to SC that are on campus. Anybody that can still play from USC, I'm excited about. But a lot of cornerbacks. So this kid, Deontay Core, for Walton Beach. What's up, Todd O'Brien, representing Fort Walton? He's going to be on campus. A kid from Murfreesboro, running back from Murfreesboro, who is committed to USC. Think of this, Jeff, from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and you get all the history of the running backs at USC, and you're committed there. That tells you something about how good this kid is.
yeah, for real. Sure.
He's on campus at Auburn. You got a kid from Peachtree City from McIntosh High School, big tight end, 6'5", about 240 kid, Hollis Davidson. And his offers, he's got an interesting offer pool. He's got Auburn, Florida, Florida State, Texas, Georgia, you name it, man. The kid has got every SEC offer imaginable, and most of the other big schools, and of course the Baptist at Liberty threw him one too. He's on campus this week at Auburn,
God, son.
but that's just the tip of the iceberg. That's just the tip of the iceberg, man. I lost it here. So the big recruit, also a UAB. I'm sorry, also a USC, is Juju Lewis.
You love that
Juju
name.
Lewis committed to USC. I love Juju Lewis. Julian Lewis goes by Juju. We called a kicker a long time, didn't we, Jeff?
Sure did.
We called a kicker Juju for a long time. And he is leading this class, and you want your parents to come watch you play. It's a lot easier when you live in Carrollton, Georgia, to get to Auburn. It's a couple hours than it is to get to Los Angeles. So Juju Lewis, he's a high 5-star, number 3 quarterback in the country. I watch film on him almost weekly. He's incredible. He's on campus. Then you got the kid we were talking about that's committed to Alabama, also campus this weekend for Auburn, the Daryl Johnson from Eastman, Georgia. Another, you got a big safety from Eric Winters from Enterprise. You got the edge who's already committed to Auburn is back on campus. Jacob Faulkner from Highland Home. You got corner Buford, Georgia. Are you starting to see a theme? All these Georgia kids are in Auburn at the same time. A big 6'6" offensive tackle, Cardi Smith, we talked about. He's an Auburn commit. He'll be there as well. Another kid, a cornerback from Carrollton, Georgia. 4-star kid, almost 6'3", 170. You have another kid from Alpharetta, Georgia, big 6'5" tight end. You have a kid from the edge rusher from Savannah, Georgia. This theme's still going. You got the Hollis Davidson from Peachtree City, Georgia. The running back committed to USC from Tennessee, and Fort Walton Beach cornerback. This is an amazing, amazing weekend for Auburn. This is when you want to get stuff done. So what I would – Julian Lewis has made more visits to Auburn than any other school. You know, I always say, Jeff, when you're looking at recruiting, follow the visits. Follow the visits. Alabama fans don't want to hear this, that Auburn could possibly land this high in a recruit. But I'm going to go on record and say this, Jeff. There's a freeze warning in effect. That's what I'm saying. A freeze warning in effect.
You sound so fired up, man. And you've already landed some big time ball players, man. I mean, y'all got that 5-star Amaris Williams.
Well, Malik Autry's the who?
Amaris Williams. I don't know.
Auburn?
I'm looking at your page right now. He's let's see, he's an edge rusher, Amaris Williams from Clinton, North Carolina.
Not familiar with him. I don't mean nothing, man. There's a lot of kids.
I'll send you a picture of it. It said he's
I don't know.
30th. Yeah. Oh, that That was 2024. Yeah. I got you. Never mind. But okay, yeah. I'm with them. Yeah, I'm looking at
the 25 kids from last year. I'm with it. Yeah, Malik Autry is the number one Auburn commit right now from Opelika. He's one of those kids, Jeff, when you show up on Friday night, you don't know any kid that's playing. You watch him play a few snaps, you know he is a major college football player. Almost 6'6", 320 defensive lineman. He is just wreaking havoc, and he has been committed since the first part of 23. So over a year, this kid has been committed to Auburn, and he's doing a good job recruiting. But their commits, man, defensive line, edge, defensive line, linebacker, cornerback, offensive. Then you get 3 offensive tackles back on the defensive side of the ball. So Freeze needs some wide receivers, and he needs that quarterback. If Juju Lewis commits and Juju Lewis ends up going, because these kids want to go play, right? They want to go play with great quarterbacks. So I'm very excited. Hey, Matthew, it depends on which ranking you're looking at. You're looking at the 24/7. You look at ESPN. You look at the On3. Then you look at the composite. So who really knows? But Alabama has made a big jump for sure. And if you're a wide receiver, tough for you to be successful if you're not playing with a high end quarterback. So,
gosh, yeah, that's going to be
as the quarterback
goes, right?
So do the. Say it again.
I mean, that would be a huge part of your decision making when you're a wide receiver. It's not just the NIL money; it's and where you're going to be able to play.
Absolutely.
It's who's going to be throwing the ball to you.
Correct. Right? Yeah, and like if you're a big time wide receiver, you're not going to go to a program like old school Georgia Tech that was the option, right? You're not going to do it. Now Georgia Tech throws the ball over the field. So you pick an offensive philosophy. These kids are looking at, hey, what schools are getting wide receivers to colleges? I mean, to the NFL. A Boise State, they tend to send people. A Utah, If you're a tight end, you want to go to Notre Dame, you want to go to Iowa, probably the best two tight end. They put a lot of tight ends in the league. So you pay attention to those kind of things. And um, Freeze is going to get his quarterback, and now that he's calling plays, it's his offense. I know Derek Nix is there as officially the offense coordinator, which is fantastic as well. He's put a lot of kids in the league from Ole Miss over the years. Big things are going to happen, but this is the biggest weekend, in my opinion, in the history of Auburn football. And it all
So,
comes down to Julian Lewis. We call him Juju from Carrollton, Georgia.
well, everybody's going to be watching what's going on and on both sides of the state, Alabama and Auburn. And they're going to check it, make sure everybody wants to prove Jared wrong because he's the greatest football mind I know. But it's going to be an epic, epic finish finale to this recruiting class. I can't wait to see how it all shapes up. And then I'm ready. I'm ready, ready, ready for football season to start. And it's not far off, bro. It is not far off.
Man, and we got some a ton of content to put out between now and then. We're going to do a show based on the recruiting from Etowah County. We're going to talk about all the kids, and I'll be honest with you, as far as how these kids are getting recruited, Gadsden City is loaded with talent, right? They are loaded with D1 talent. So we'll break some of those kids down. Southside's got the big lineman who is, I think he verbally committed to Kentucky. But I think his recruitment is wide open. I think he's getting a ton of offers. And Sardis hasn't played. The running back from Gunnersville, we could probably bring him in the mix. I mean, he's not too far up the road. But, hey, Matthew, I disagree. I don't think NIL is ruined college football at all. I think colleges have taken advantage of kids long enough, and coaches being able to come and go, do what they want to do. From a media standpoint, from a fan standpoint, maybe because I just love recruiting and I love the behind the scenes stuff. My dream job, I was talking with Jeff yesterday, would be a NFL general manager, a Major League Baseball general manager, something like that.
That's
So
right.
I'm in love with the process. But hey, don't forget, get to your business owner friends,
Yep.
like, comment, subscribe. Jeff's going to put a post out, and we're going to give away a free sponsorship. So your business can be right there along with Fully Loaded.
Yeah, you guys, I'll tell you one thing too, we'll put out a post, but you can reply in Messenger if you want to. That's an easy way so that make sure we get the message. A lot of times the comments get lost or get hidden in there for some reason. You may have a weird word or something. So you can message us. I think that's probably, don't you think, be the better way? And look at the like, comment,
Yeah,
subscribe.
man. Yeah, for sure. I'm with it.
Or at least message us, and then we'll pick a winner and get out there and get you a spot cut and advertise the crap out of your